Just arrived to where we were dropping this off at, and I noticed some more tarp damage here. That kind of sucks. And that corner right there is kind of chafing through. Man, I know. You guys told me put carpet on it. These are all the corners that murdered this tarp. I could have probably used these blankets a little bit smarter. Looking back on it, I probably didn't need that one there as much. Well, I don't know. This has sharp corners too. Man, it's just a killer load for tarps, man. I don't know. I'd have needed a whole roll of carpet to do all these sharp corners that they have sticking out in here.
I mean, look.
Man, it ripped through my blankets.
They should have just packaged it better.
Man, look at these corners. This is one. Yep. So we bought this tape this morning before we left Planet Fitness, or from Planet Fitness. So we went to Walmart and bought this because I knew I had some rips in the tarps. So I'm going to try to use this to fix the holes in the tarps. We'll see how it goes. Should be pretty good, I hope. I'll let you know. All right. We are in Litchfield, Illinois. This is going to Virginia. Do you remember where in Virginia, Babs? Franklin, Virginia?
Yeah.
Pays $1,950 or something like that. I think it's almost $2 a mile. Weighs 5,000 pounds. I used up every single strap we had on this side that would fit on the pipes. Belly wrapped it 3 times. Kind of a pain in the butt to get it up under there, else I'd have belly wrapped them all. But it was annoying. I think with us overstrapping like this, it'll be fine. So I'm not sure how many miles. I haven't even punched it into the GPS. The last place that we unloaded all that aluminum stuff that messed up our tarps, took them an hour and 50 minutes to get us unloaded because they didn't have any fuel for their forklifts. So that kind of stinks. There's the flags flying in the wind. All right, well, we're running out of time, so we're gonna hit the road and we'll see you there. All right, so we just got our shower. We're in where? Water, Kentucky? Waddy? I don't know, something like that. But something I didn't know is, so I can hold up, sorry.
You're good.
I can hold over 100 gallons worth of fuel with my 75 gallon tank, and then the truck is like 35 or something like that, I think. So I've been every 50 gallons at Pilot you get a free shower, and I've been filling up and not paying attention, you know, over 100 gallons here, over 100 gallons there, and only been getting one shower. So what I figured out today is if I stop the pump at 50 gallons, and then start it back up again, I get 2 showers in one day. So, because what happens a lot is my fuel card, I get the biggest discount from the bigger truck stops with my fuel card. I get 15 cents off of each cash price gallon of Pilot. But sometimes, so I use an app called Carrier Pro, and I can use, this box is such a pain in the ass. Sometimes there's fuel stations that are cheaper than the Pilot, for even with the 15 cents off. So a lot of times I'll hit those up and I won't get a shower. But I get so many gallons from Pilot, I figured I'd had all these showers saved up until me and Lita went and got, we had to pay for a shower the other night. Actually, we've had to pay for 2 showers. So that's something to think about. If you guys are using I don't know how Love's works, but Pilot, it's every 50 gallons at that time per shower. So just stop the pump at 50, swipe your card again, do it all over again. 2 showers in one day. Pretty sweet, huh? Maybe I'm just slow and you guys already knew that, but I didn't. So I'm gonna share it with the other Oregon Trail brain guys out there. So we're gonna go to bed. I'm exhausted. I didn't sleep very well last night. Haven't slept really well. Like, I blinked last night and my alarm went off. Literally, I like closed my eyes and the alarm went off. I'm like, what the hell? So, all right, let's go to bed.
The next day.
All right, guys, today is Saturday at like probably 8:30 or 9, huh? 9 o'clock. We are in Henderson, North Carolina. So the GPS bit me again. So what's been happening is it randomly resets for no reason going down the road. Happened to me in on Long Island. And sometimes you would just be driving and it'll just recalculate. I have my home address punched in there and it'll just be like routing you home, and you'll be in the middle of driving somewhere and it'll just start taking you to your house. Well, it did that on us today, leaving, well, I don't know when it did it actually. So this load is going to Virginia, and we picked up in Illinois. Is it Illinois?
I think so.
Yeah, something like that. Well, driving today, so it should have put us where we were supposed to drop, and I would have had like 2 hours left. Ooh, there's an Ollie's over here. And we would have had like 2 hours left for the day. Well, as we were driving, started seeing signs for Atlanta. I'm like, what the hell? I don't really pay attention, guys. When I just punch the address into the GPS and I just drive wherever it tells me to go. If it tells me to drive around the block 3 times, I drive around the block 3 times. But I started seeing signs for Atlanta. And I'm like, what the hell? It's taking me down to Atlanta before it takes me over to Virginia? So I zoom out on the GPS and it's taking me home. It took us 2 hours out of the way. So now we didn't make it to our drop, which we can't drop until Monday anyways. But it took us 2 hours out of the way. So I was mad as hell. Punched the shit out of the GPS. So the GPS is broken now. So now we have to use the phone. So now it can't bite me anymore. So that's that. But we are in a Planet Fitness parking lot. We went to a truck stop called Checkers, something like that, Checkers. And I wish I would have read the reviews because they are closed down now. There's still people sleeping in their trucks there, but since it's closed, you don't have access to bathrooms or anything. And it really wouldn't be a big deal if it was just me, but Lita hasn't figured out how to stand up and pee yet. So
It was sketchy there.
it was pretty sketchy, I'm not gonna lie. I was worried about getting fondled I think they're closing. They are closing. I was worried about getting fondled, much less Lita getting fondled. And if anybody's gonna fondle Lita, it's gonna be me. But so we had to leave there. We actually ran out of time. I had to pop in PC. We ended up driving away from our where we drop off anyway. So told as long as you're driving, you're not driving toward where you're not advancing your load, then you're allowed to do PC. Doesn't matter. I wasn't going to stay there anyway, so whatever. So we are now looking for somewhere to eat, and I was going to buy a mouse. My son wants me to play some video games with him tonight, so I was trying to see if I can find a place that had a cheap little mouse. I don't think that's going to happen, but just want to give you guys an update, let you know what was going on. I haven't edited a video all week long. Maybe I'll have some time this weekend to edit one or two or three, who knows, and I'll try to get them out to you guys. So I'm kind of stuck. It's like I don't want to just show you guys the same old crap over and over, you know. I want to I don't know, I want it to be interesting. I don't want to just put out content just to put out content, you know. I want there to be something worthwhile to watch. So all right, we're gonna find something to eat. All right guys, this is where we're staying for the for our 34-hour break while we're in North Carolina, trying to drop in Virginia. So there's a Planet Fitness here, and there's a couple other stores around. Pretty decent sized parking lot. There's no sign saying don't park overnight, which we usually park off to the side like this here anyways. So we don't make anybody mad, you know. There's a Wendy's, a Walmart's about a mile that way. That's where we ended up having to go last night to get a mouse so I could play some games with my boys today. They like playing a game called Rust. I don't know if you guys ever play games, but it's pretty cool. But yeah, this is it. I just had to run into Planet Fitness, use restroom real fast. I'm in the truck now trying to edit a video, and I'll try to get it out for you guys today. I'm so far behind. Gosh, it just takes so long. The further I get behind on videos, the harder it is for me to edit it, because now I have footage on my phone, on the GoPro, and I got to remember what goes where. So the video I'm editing right now is when we were at the drag strip when we were sitting at home for I don't know, it was like 9 days. So all right, let me get back in here. So we dropped those pipes off in Virginia after our 34-hour reset, and then I got a call from the lead dispatcher of the company, and she says that she has a load for us paying $1.47 a mile, and it picked up there's a Navy base in Virginia. I can't remember the name of it. Anyways, that's where we just picked up, and it's going over toward it's an Air Force base towards Dayton, Ohio. I just got done figuring out the cost per mile, or the rate per mile I should say. She told me on the phone, she told me it paid $900. I get the rate sheet and I see that it's $800. So I was like, wow, maybe she just got that figure wrong. But then she also says it pays $1.47 a mile. So after I pick up, usually what I do is I reset my odometer when I drop, and then I count the deadhead miles from that to the pickup. And then usually when I get to the pickup, I punch in my GPS, see how far it is from there. Then I add those two sets of miles together, and then I know how many miles basically, and then I take the amount, and divide that by the amount of miles. Well, I just did that, and it was $1.21 a mile. So I'm driving this for $1.21 a mile at $800, when we were told it was $900 at $1.47 a mile. So I think what she did was she didn't figure out I had 140 something miles of deadhead. And I don't think she figured that in. And you have to count your deadhead miles. If you're driving, you're burning fuel, it's all part of it. So I'm a little ticked off of that. Thinking I was gonna at least be making $1.47. Now this is supposed to be getting me to another load that somebody from the company was supposed to get, but they hurt their back or something. And that load's supposed to pay good. But now it's got me wondering, because if this load was supposed to pay $1.47 and it's supposed to be a decent load, then what's the other load supposed to be like? I don't know. Lead dispatcher. Alright, so update. So I text the dispatcher and told her that there was about the rate per mile. And she could probably tell that I was pretty mad. She says she must have messed something up, that all she was worried about was getting me closer to this other load that I was supposed to pick up. But like I was telling Lita, well, you know, they're worried about me getting to that load to kind of save the company's ass. So just started driving, and then my old dispatcher, the first dispatcher that we had, called up, and they've actually found a second load to go on the trailer. So this will be the very first time that we've ever had more than one different load on the trailer at a time. So that's pretty exciting. I don't know what it pays. It's picking up in Manassas, Virginia. It's supposed to be 2 small scissor lifts. So I don't know. It's at a rental company. I can't remember which one she said it was. United Rental. So yeah, we're gonna shoot over there, and I'll keep you updated. All right, so we are at a United Rental somewhere in Virginia. I'll have to look and see. But this is the load we picked up at the Navy base. It was supposed to pay $1.47, ended up being $1.21. So they jumped back on the board and found us these. These are going to Ohio as well. I can't remember where, somewhere in Ohio. These pay like $600. Supposedly with these two together, it's supposed to be what'd they say, $1.67 a mile? $1.64 a mile. So 4 chains, 4 binders, 2 per, pulled at a diagonal from each other. Same thing on the other side. Here, I'll walk around and show you guys. But this is the first load we've ever done that has 2 separate loads on it. So that's crazy, huh? What you think, Lita? Getting it figured out? Did I tell you guys these weigh 6,000 pounds together, and then this on the front weighs 1,000 pounds. So I moved these as far forward as I could, try to get some tongue weight. Yeah. All right, guys, we just made it to Genoa, Ohio, something like that. Dropping off these lifts here. So man, it looks like they do nothing but service lifts here, and they got lifts as far as the eye can see. Look at all that. Yep, so we're gonna drop these things off, and then we have to head further south in Ohio to the Air Force Base down by Dayton, and we're gonna drop that off, and then they have us another load. Are we picking that other load up in West Virginia?
Oh no, I'm not sure.
That's some nice PPE.
Yeah.
So I want to talk about these chains a little bit before I take them off. I was thinking about this. The way that I have these chains routed, I think the better way to have done this would have been to go and kind of X them, take this chain in and bring it back, and take that chain in and bring it back that way. So I think that's what I'll do next time. I mean, it didn't go anywhere, it did good, but just to be more safe, I think I'll X them next time. All right, guys. So we just dropped off that that tarped box that we had in front of the scissor lifts that was going to Dayton, the Dayton, Ohio area at the Air Force Base. As always told, military jobs pay good. Get your TWIC card, pull all the military jobs, they pay real good. Well, this is the job that paid $1.21 a mile that they had to find us. They had to find us those scissor lifts to even break $1.21 a mile. And we just sat here on the base for close to 4 hours getting searched at the commercial gate. Then we get in here and then I have to get searched again, and they have to they basically went all over my tires and made sure there was no rocks or anything in my tires, and there was nothing that could fly out of the truck or anything like that, because we had to drive on the flight line. So 4 hours. Just let my dispatch know that we were here for almost 4 hours. So we'll see if we get any of that detention pay that everybody's talking about, because 4 hours is ridiculous. All right, so since this took almost 4 hours, we are now late to our next pickup. So now we can't pick it up today. We have to pick it up tomorrow morning. We've got 3 hours worth of deadhead to get to West Virginia, because this next load picks up in West Virginia and goes to Blue Island, Illinois, or something like that.
Yeah.
And so that'll make us late picking that up today. That'll make us not able to drop it tomorrow, because we can't drop it after 2 o'clock tomorrow, which makes us late picking up our next job for the next day. So because of this $1.21 a mile, they get paid a total of $800. It's now made me late to my next 2 loads, which is going to cost me more than what this job even paid. So, what do you guys think of this fisheye lens? It's one of those cheap things you clip on your phone. Allows you to see me and Lita now with my phone up on my dash.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's going to look funny.
I don't know.
We'll find out.
Yep.